I got revenge against the woman who ruined my mom's life. For some context, my mom owned a business. She partnered with another woman to start this business and they had a good thing going, several employees, and my mom was happy. One day, the partner in question confronted my mom with a letter saying she was leaving the business, taking all the employees, and she would not be taking my mom with her. She poached all of my mom's employees and during the time when she was still working there, proceeded to ask for several raises since she was the only working adult in her house. Her husband was supposedly disabled, getting paid off the record, thus she was at one point making more than my mom was as the owner. And of course, my mom, being ever the people pleaser, let her walk all over her. A year later, my mom has been forced to shut down her business following a natural disaster. She has fallen into depression and is severely agoraphobic. She is paranoid people in our small town are going to see her and ask her why she had to shut down her business, which was her dream. She had thousands of trusting clientele who loved her, but she couldn't do it anymore with the rebuilding process. She is not the person she used to be. The person who is responsible for this is the business partner. She flaunts her flourishing business, having taken a significant amount of my mom's clientele, and has connections in our town with which she has tried to threaten my mom's new job, her licensing, and other family members. She has ruined my mom's life and her personality, has stripped her of all trust in others whatsoever, and I am not a forgiving person. So I took matters into my own hands. The ex-partner in question is a deeply religious Baptist woman, which will be important later. I started with small, annoying opportunities. Call queues for used car dealerships, sex toys and objects on Craigslist, free puppy listings with her number on bathroom stalls or community forums. I created a fake name and email and signed her up for several independent loan companies. Then I remembered the internet people searches, where I found all of her personal emails, addresses, and numbers as well as her husband's. Thus I signed them both up for septic pumping. I left a nice message to the septic company, detailing that I pretending to be her husband had eaten too much Papa John's and that the toilet had just stopped working, that it was overflowing, had flooded most of my house. I kept doing it. For contracting, plumbing, cleaning, pest control, etc., they had to have been receiving hundreds of calls a day at this point. But I was not done. I've never met someone so awful, so self-righteous in my life. For a woman who calls herself a Christian, I just can't visualize someone like her making it to heaven. On top of hurting my mom, she was also a highly intolerant person. She hated others of different religions and had a history of being a generally horrible person. So I took advantage of all the religious memberships and mail lists that would totally piss her off. It started with the Latter-day Saints, Jehovah's Witnesses, Seventh-day Adventists, the likes. I submitted both her and her husband to receiving emails, phone calls, door-to-door visits from them. Then I started signing her up for pagan organizations and mosque mailing lists and more and more. A conversation with my therapist led me to my biggest project yet. She probably did not know what sort of Pandora's box she was opening, but I went home after my session and decided to sign her up for the Church of Satan's mailing list. This one required email verification, but I'm sure she will totally enjoy getting an email from there. The Satanic Temple, endless emails from the Republican and Democratic parties, from the Socialist and Communist parties, and more. Signed her husband up for Grindr. I hope he uses that verification code. Her for hundreds more of scam calls, texts, emails. Out of greed, she practically ruined my family. My parents' marriage has suffered and I'm not sure it will ever recover. I don't know if my mom will ever be the same. I don't care if she changes phone numbers, addresses, emails, towns, states, countries. She has taken so much from me. When you fuck with my family, you fuck with me. And I'll annoy the living shit out of her for as long as I'm alive.